Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, Apollo fam, Apollo Army, the herd, whatever we want to call ourselves today. Excited to be here, big AMA, for us to kind of unveil a new thing, a new utility. I'm going to be talking about our first NFT collection this evening. So I know there's been a lot of excitement in the socials, and we're excited as well to kind of tell you a little bit more in terms of details. Get to the agenda in a second, but my name is Matt, MJ Metaverse, joined here as always by Apollo Ted, Zach, and Apollo Tanner. Tanner, hey guys, how's it going?
Going good.
Good.
Got my
Doing
coffee.
good.
Yeah.
Ready to
Oh,
rock and
yeah.
roll.
Everyone represent here with custom NFT mugs that were given out at the Apollo Christmas event, which Tanner will talk a little bit about at the end of this AMA, right? We
Yes,
got
sir.
coming to the end of another competition with some pretty good prizes. So, yeah, excited about that. Great party. But we're excited to be here with you guys today. As always, we just kind of give a high level summary for those who might be new to the project. Don't know a whole lot about Apollo. We started at the beginning of 2022, as I call a meme-tility, or something that had a vision, had a purpose, but kind of had the playful nature of a lot of what was happening at the time with the ENUs and the dog coins. That's why you see the ENU at the end of our current contract. We built an amazing voting platform that supported creators with crowdfunding, and their fans would vote for them each week, and we would award prize money, kind of a crowdfunding for creators is where we started. Then we started talking about what we wanted to do in 2023, and gaming was very near and dear to our heart, given we have over 30 years of experience building games for big brands. Thought it made sense. We think GameFi has just scratched the surface of what's to come in the gaming space about ownership of your content and being able to earn and compete in new and unique ways using the blockchain and Web3. So that's where we are right now. We've been building for several months now a platform. We look to release into beta early next year. And with that, we've recently added a couple of other things to our stack. Kind of put stuff on the side burner for the game as it was progressing well, and did a DAO vote, and everyone agreed that we should migrate our contract to kind of be more relevant. I won't go into a lot of details into that in this AMA. You can go back and watch the last couple, which focus on the token migration vote and the proposal. But basically, it reduces some of the taxes, makes a cleaner contract, makes it easier to integrate with the Apollo Moonbase, which is our new gaming platform utility that I mentioned just a second ago. So that was approved, and Zach is now in the process of writing some of that Solidity code and getting those contracts in shape. So we're ready to go with the migration. And we get a lot of questions about this, so I want to hit this real quick. But we will be the only ones that will announce on our official channels when it's time to migrate. I know a lot of people ask and don't want to go through the pins or don't want to watch the AMAs. So this won't happen until the very earliest, the end of February. And the reason is our liquidity is 100%. The core liquidity is locked in Unicrypt until that time. So we have to remove that, and notify everyone properly, give everyone a chance to kind of that are on centralized exchanges to move their tokens into a DeFi wallet. So if they want to participate in the swap and or airdrop, but we'll talk more about that in a future AMA about exactly how that execution is going to happen. But the important thing to know for now is that nothing's going to happen until late February at the very earliest. So relax, nothing you have to do. Everything's safe. And all you're doing right now, if you're holding for what we call the snapshot, or that's when we take a picture of everyone's holdings right before we do this migration, is hold on to your tokens, continue to get reflections, continue to watch, as people choose to sell, that's only helping us in some degree because it's putting money into the DAO, and we're going to pay out a percentage of that DAO to everyone that's holding in that snapshot. So, or does the swap for the new tokens. So great news for you. Up, down, benefit. That's what, the token design is right now. But on top of that, portion of the DAO going to it. So as we see the DAO raise day after day, that's encouraging to see that that's even more tokens as we get into the new contract and it gets deployed again. And we have that regenerated excitement about a new token contract that's coming out there in March. So long-winded way to say just chill, hold. It's all good. Diamond, Diamond hands, right? Okay. And what we're here to talk about tonight is currently deploying our first NFT collection. We've talked a few times on the game platform update that we're going to do a bigger NFT avatar mint sometime, close to the beta or just after the beta once we get some feedback from players in the beta. More of your kind of traditional, there'll be lots of different characteristics and things that make a unique character. But in advance of that, we wanted to cut our teeth. We didn't want to go into that just raw and do a first massive collection meant for avatars that got integrated into the game before we did something new. So we got to talking, and that's basically what was the genesis of this whole Team NFT meant. We're experimenting with some pretty fun AI tools and created some cool imagery and thought, you know what, let's give some benefit again to our holders that want to help, put some money into, our coffers to help us subsidize our development costs, which it's not cheap to continue to do what we've done through the bear. So that helps us, continue to grow the team and, provide things on time. But also give you some utility that sets it apart in the Moonbase as a collectible. So it's not only just a kind of a fun, cool collectible picture. It's also something that you could actually plug into our Moonbase and use and get bonuses and benefits and upgrades, which I'll touch on here in a bit. So that's the top line. Again, you want to hop into our Telegram. Any questions about this or about the core token, the project, how we got to where we are, the team, we're very transparent. We have a lot of people in there that are been with us for a long time. That are very helpful. So I encourage you to, join the Telegram and join the conversation with our community. All right. So let's get after it. Today's agenda, as I mentioned, I'll start off with going over, what basically is our Medium mini white paper. It's basically a discussion about, the NFTs and what their benefits are. So you can always visit that white paper. Links are in the Telegram. But I'll go over the key points here. Then Zach's actually going to attempt something that most, Cirque du Soleil performers only dare to do, which is a live utility demo. I think Gorley's acting a little weird right now. So, of course, 5 minutes before it happens, but I think we got it all sorted at this point. So what we're doing is we're building everything for this contract and DApp deployment on test nets and on test servers, getting it exactly right. And then tomorrow we'll explain to you how we're going to go through the process of getting it ready for you guys to hit the application and start minting your NFTs. So he'll do a live demo of what exactly it will look like tomorrow when we open up that portal for you to visit in that live demo. Then he'll touch on what the process is. So everyone's been asking me, DMing me, like what happens tomorrow, when. So this will kind of give you an idea of the steps. We can't promise exactly when, but we're going to start this process mid-morning, and then we'll take you through. And when we talk about that point about what will transpire before we make that thing live. And then Tanner's going to round us out by talking about some of our current promotions, so then tie into the NFTs actually, which is exciting. And look at a couple other things that he's got, working on his plate. So Q&A always last. Hit us up with any questions, but I'm excited. Let's get rolling into Team NFTs. So like I mentioned, our first collection, the whole point is to learn, evolve, but also deliver some great benefit. It'll give exclusive access when we launch the beta and this isn't even going live. We're saying we're going to start paying out people that are participating in the beta that hold these NFTs on an exclusive leaderboard that basically gets subsidized or paid more into by the DAO. So you can earn more by competing in this arena if you hold this NFT or any of the NFTs in the series, which will yield more bonuses to the people that hit the leaderboards each week. So really excited about that. There's a way to, have true utility where you're playing to earn within the Moonbase by holding this NFT. So it's not like you're just buying a picture of a monkey and everyone decides that monkeys are valuable and popular, and you got a funny looking monkey so you can trade them. I mean, that's all well and good, but we're actually giving reward to people that use this. So you're paying into something, but you're getting something out of it as well, which was important to us. We're talking about doing a future exclusive in-game item and avatar design. You see in some games where you have a special kind of designation on the leaderboard or a frame on your avatar, things like that say, hey, you supported the team at the very beginning of this NFT journey. people love those kind of visual representations of their status within the community. So that's very much what it's about. Um, we got to talking this past week. I didn't put any of this in the Medium paper at this point, but we want to do some kind of special reward for someone that just manages to hold each class. So the whole point of this thing is we can't, we're not going to open it up so everyone buys the most valuable, rarest NFT where they can get the reward from it. It's a randomized minting system. So Zach will show you here in a minute. When he goes in and mints an NFT, it could pull from any of the 11 classes, different types of NFTs that we have. So you never know. He might mint a King Apollo, which is ultra rare, or he might, mint a Lady Apollo, which is more common. You just don't know what you're going to get. But our hope is people will start to trade these things on the secondary market. They're create a whole kind of ecosystem around the collectors that want to get them all, right? So it's your choice. You can either pay to try and mint and get a different one, or you can kind of wait until the secondary market develops and go out and get the specific ones or make offers on the specific ones that you want, so you can have the entire collection, right? A big thing that we want to do here is just like, while this really helps our development costs, and the idea of that we get the ETH, or the in this case it's going to be a swap for ETH, is the primary token that we're going to use for buying NFTs. But we're going to do 30% of all the net proceeds that we make from this initiative once we sell out a good degree of them. We're still debating like when on this type of thing. We want to do this carefully because we don't want to do buybacks and announce them so people can get in there and manipulate what we're doing. They'll be at kind of random times when it best supports the token growth. But we will commit 30% of all the funds collected in this collection will go back to buybacks and put into the DAO to help replace some of the award winnings that we'll pay out, which I'll talk about next, and help in terms of when we launch the gaming platform to have a lot more tokens in there, especially since we're going to give away a good chunk of it to people that are a part of the migration. So huge term, I think, in terms of doing those buybacks. If people ask, how does this help the price? Well, this is just one out of many ways, right? Because you're helping it indirectly with supporting the development team and their costs, but you're also helping it with the direct buyback. So above all those benefits, there's also for those that just like, hey, how can I immediately benefit from that? And that is, like I mentioned, minting a rare NFT. So there's three what we consider very rare, somewhat rare, and kind of rare. I guess I don't know what the designations would be. It's based on the number of them that are available in the mintable supply, as we'll call it, by the public. There's 6 King Apollos in there, and if you have one of those, connect with us on the Telegram, and we'll get the DAO to pay you out 150 million for each one that you have. Someone could get 2. Someone could get all of it. Like I said, it's random. You don't know how that's going to happen. But those have direct cash prizes, as well as the MJ Metaverse ones. There's 10 of them. And Apollo TED, there's 20 of them. They pay 75 and 25 million Apollo, respectively. So just kind of a fun additional thing to this mint competition. They could all go in the first half. They could all go in the second half of the mint supply. They could go at the end. They could go at the beginning. We don't know. Like, the code is pretty solid in its random state. But there are 389 total NFTs that will be mint in this collection. 356 will be available on mint day, which is tomorrow, and we're holding 33 back. And the 33, 11 of them are for us to hold for the team that they represent. So Tanner will get his own. Ted will get his own, Corey will get his own, that kind of thing. And then there's 22 then, I think that's my math's right there, that we'll have available for Tanner to use in promotions. So it's pretty exciting. Even if you don't get the one that you want, there's a lot of creative ways by holding a few of those back that we can do special rewards for, people that are helping us drive the ecosystem, helping us market, help us bring new people and everything. Just rewards for providing a service to the protocol, basically. So, that's a lot. Ted, you ready to take over for me, man? It is live mint demo time. So show us tomorrow when we go onto the Telegram and we say we are live and here is the address. We're not going to talk about the address here right now for obvious reasons. We will tell you what the address is on the official pin on the Telegram. But what Zach is showing here is on our test nets on Goerli network, which simulates the live mainnet of Ethereum. this is our application. So it'll look familiar, but I'll let Zach tell you our process here.
Yeah, thanks, Matt. So you'll notice the page looks very similar to all of our other apps for that we've built for swapping and for the contest. So it'll behave very, very similar, very slimmed down and simple. So you'll go ahead and connect your wallet. Your connection options are always going to be the same: MetaMask, Coinbase Wallet, and Wallet Connect. In this case, I'll do MetaMask. Okay, and then you'll see things pop up and go live here. So you'll see some information. I don't know that we've actually shared this, Matt, but you're going to be able to mint up to 10 at a time.
Mm-hmm.
That simplifies things for gas. It would be cheaper, per se, to mint 3 at once versus 3 consecutively in different transactions.
Yeah, and that will still mint randomly. It'll say boom, 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 boom. Could get all unique. Could get a couple of the same. It's just a random. The next 10 that it randomly hits, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and then you'll see there's a price here. We'll say each mint is 0.1 ETH plus gas. And we'll do a nice little summary here depending on how much you enter. So it could be 4. But you'll notice this little mint button will get disabled if you enter in 12 because that's more than 10. Or if you try to say 5, won't work. So in this case, if I hit 2, you'll see the total price will be 0.2 ETH, and then you'll also have to pay gas, of course. But here, I'll just mint 1. Click the mint button. And then you can't see it, but it's popping up in my MetaMask saying, do you
so
want to
this
proceed?
will be your wallet basically is now taking you through the flow of
we have passed it off to your wallet, and now it's in your hands.
So everyone should be pretty familiar with this once you connect your wallet to any kind of DApp, that it's an exchange between the DeFi wallet and the application authorizing, whether it's you're saying I give a certain amount with your trading tokens, a certain amount of tokens that I authorize like Uniswap to trade with. This is just saying, yeah, I authorize, and here's the gas fee associated with this mint, right?
So there, what you saw, it's already changed now, but the first one that pops up is just confirmation that your transaction submitted. And then if you would have hit that view transaction button, it would have taken you to Etherscan where you can monitor your transaction and see when it's mined. But back on the website side, we actually get that call back. So we will populate a new window here telling you your NFT got minted. So congrats. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go look at my NFT. So I'll click the button. And now we'll open up a new tab. Let me switch over. And that takes you to OpenSea. And what do you know?
Oh, what are the odds? Actually, I'll tell you exactly.
The Big Daddy.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are the odds?
Nice.
Well, we know
I promise we didn't plan that for a demo. This is the same random as what we'll hit, but this couldn't be any better for a demo. I love it.
What did I get before this? Corey was who I got right before this.
Corey's even better, man. Come on.
Yeah. So I got Corey's right before this. But again, these are fake. This is on test nets. This is not real. So I didn't use up one of the rare NFTs now.
Right.
So I minted my NFT, and then I can go right back to doing it again if I want to.
So Zach, am I right in saying that there's an official, or will be, that's part of our process for tomorrow, an official collection page that will also print the address for an OpenSea. So every time someone mints one of these from our DApp, it'll show up on our official collection as a, yeah. Corey says, put King Apollo back in the pile. Yeah, this is all on the test net, Corey. So that one didn't get pulled out. So don't worry. It just happened to hit as a thing, but it's showing you it's in there, right? It's there to mint. So that's awesome. But they'll all show up on the OpenSea portal. So you can kind of track what's been minted, right? Like, so you kind of know, oh, well, I see that no Apollos have been minted or 2 MJ metaverses have already been minted. So you kind of get a sense of what the whole collection as it becomes revealed through the mints are on that site, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
And keep in mind, initially at first launch, Matt mentioned this, that we get 3, the Apollo team will get 3 of each NFT. So at first launch, you'll go ahead and see 3 of each of the kinds of NFTs, but that doesn't mean they've been pulled out of the pool per se. Yeah. They're still sitting there.
Yeah, and it'll be clear that they're all in one wallet that will hold them in. That will be a disclosed team wallet. So, you can be rest assured that there's still, the ones I mentioned in the demo, there'll still be 6 total in there. You'll just see, there'll be 9 actually total. You'll see 3 of those 9 that are in our collection or are in our wallet, and the rest of the 6 will be available to mint. That's a good point, Zach. Thanks. Cool. Awesome. And anything else you feel like they need to hit? It's pretty clean, pretty simple. That's what we try to
Yeah,
do, is make it just very approachable user experience where 1, 2, 3, and you're done.
yeah, you can do it on mobile too. This was on desktop, obviously, but it's set up for mobile as well.
Awesome. Appreciate that demo, Zach.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now, if you just kind of take us through, and guys, I will preface with the idea there's probably 10 steps in between each of these. And I just took it and kind of pared down Zach's technical description of each of these. But these are the major things. So when we get to about mid-morning tomorrow is when we'll start this process of deployment and doing our final checks. So why don't you take us through what kind of at a high level each one of these will mean till we get to the point where they're ready to mint?
Yeah, sure, Matt. So this is a walkthrough of what tomorrow will look like beginning to end. So first thing, it says NFT contract deployment. So that will be, if you've ever seen a movie and they have they're launching the super missile or something like that, and the two guys have to stick their key in and turn them at the same time for it to work. That'll be Matt and I explicitly going through verbally going through everything. So this is on top of all the automated tests and all that other stuff we've done. It will be a final formal run through. We will go ahead and deploy from Truffle. I don't know if you've noticed when you look at contracts on Etherscan, sometimes I'll call it the lazy way of doing it is just dumping it out in one huge file, and it's very hard to read and it's hard to sort through things. But Truffle does a nice deal where they will any libraries we use will get their own slice in Etherscan. But we'll do the deployment, and then through the Truffle plugin, we'll also do the verification so you can read through all the source code on Etherscan. And then once more, we will do another run through to make sure, Matt and I verbally, to make sure that every variable is set to exactly what we want. Because at that point, as soon as we have deployed, the DApp will be live. And then we will run through and go through on a few of our own private wallets and make sure everything is hooked up, pricing is worked, and minting works well.
Yeah. And then the final step, once we go through all that, is we'll give the green light in the Telegram, pin it, and just say, here's the address to go to. You're ready to start minting. We'll tell everyone what the first 3 that we minted. You'll be able to see it anyway, in addition to those 33 or whatever that have been pre-minted that I mentioned earlier for promotions and for the team. You'll be able to see those first 3 minted. And I'm not sure I mentioned this before. I don't believe I did, but here's what I'm going to do for those first 3 that are minted. Okay. If you're someone who mints in the first 48 hours when we launch tomorrow, and this is only just if you mint multiple, you just get this opportunity once, is we'll pick a random person out of that. We'll pick 3 random person. We'll give all 3 of those NFTs away. So you got a big good, I don't know how many people are going to mint tomorrow, but I mean, you got a pretty good odds of getting, maybe we mint an Apollo, maybe, regardless, that's a couple $100 worth of an NFT that is going to go into the hands. So 3 of them will go into the hands. So we won't keep those first 3 tests. We'll pay for them, just like, anyone else would in terms of buying them, but they'll go into the hands of some of these early adopters. So, Tanner, let's lock that in, man. I want to do that for the community.
Sweet. Yeah, so we'll do those test mints, and then the final step will be us flipping on the on switch for the portal that we just demoed for you. And then once that is all hooked up and looks good, we will share out the URL.
Absolutely. Okay, great. Again, several things here to consider. We just tried to keep the processes clean and simple for the user, but we'll be on the Telegram all day tomorrow, doing our deployment, answering questions, tracking everything once we launch. So please always ask if you have any questions or concerns or something doesn't seem right, or you need to get a verification on the right URL or position to be in. We'd much rather you do that than listen to someone else DMing you that says, hey, there's a special offer. You'll definitely get a King Apollo if you attach your wallet here. Do not do that. Like, scammers are out in full force as the bull picks back up again. We just don't want to see any of our people fall prey to that. So please double verify. All right, Tanner, I'm going to hand it over to you, man. Tell us about how we're doing with our current promotion and what you got going on.
Awesome. Appreciate you, Matt. Yeah, so our current promotion we've been running this past week, as you all know, at our holiday Christmas party, we had a little competition between Apollo Ted and Lady Apollo. So that poll is going on right now in our Telegram. That closes tonight at midnight Central Time, so make sure you get your votes in before that is closed.
So let
Again,
me
on
ask you a
that one,
question with that, Tanner. Is there any way that you can, because I noticed on Telegram before we got on here that it's kind of gone up on the pins. Is there any way to repost that down into the bottom of the chat? Just so
should
it's
be able to repin it.
okay. So let's try and do that so everyone just doesn't have to search for it and you can do another vote, right?
For
Because
sure.
yeah, okay.
For sure. We'll get that repin there at the bottom once we get done with this. And like I said, make sure you get your votes in. We're doing spinning a wheel for the people, or if there's just one person that picks the right answer, we're spinning a wheel for an NFT, whether there's going to be all 11 of the collections are going to be on that wheel. We haven't decided how they're going to be weighted yet or any of that, but we're going to make sure we post
Screw
that
it. I'm
live.
going to weight them evenly, man. Like, hey, you got a chance to win an Apollo on there for sure. So if you're in that right answer, we'll find one person. We'll do a spin or a duck race or something like that to find the true winner, and then we'll spin one more wheel. And yeah, you definitely get a free NFT. Which one you get is just up to the random chance gods, right?
For sure, and that's gonna be huge. I mean, going into the next few things, I'm going to talk about social media platforms and just promotions in general. Like this is a big week, especially to stay in tune with your social media because, like I said, the competition today, we're going to be giving away a free NFT. Matt just announced if you buy an NFT in the first 48 hours, you'll be entered to win one of three. So, I mean, based on how many people buy NFTs, it gives you a pretty good chance on occasions to hope 4 different occasions actually if you win the competition as well to get free NFTs. So the biggest thing is just to stay in tune with the social media platforms. That's where you're going to get the most up-to-date information, whether that's on the Telegram, on Twitter, Instagram, any of those kind of things. Like I said too, there are fake accounts trying to misrepresent us. Just make sure that you are double checking that it is our official accounts. As you all have seen them for the last little bit, obviously, but make sure you're not listening to, as Matt said, any scams, special promotions that you don't hear directly from us. We do have a lot of promotions this week, though, like I said, with launch times of the NFTs, competition giveaways, giveaways of the testnet mints, as well as we have a little thing coming out this week, a little Christmas holiday card kind of thing coming out this week as well that we'll be announcing this week. So, yeah, like I said, make sure you stay on your social media platforms. That's where you're going to get the most up-to-date information, be able to stay ahead. And then if you've been on social media for the last little while, we've kind of been doing a little NFT countdown. I know there's obviously the article about all of our NFTs and all the nitty-gritty details of everything, but we really wanted to kind of show a good example of what the art and the visual of each one is each day. As you've seen, we've been counting down the days to mint day tomorrow with all the different collections, with MJ Metaverse being tonight.
Oh, that's a good looking NFT. Let's do that.
And then ending with the King Apollo tomorrow before we mint. Like you said, it was a good chance for us to kind of give you guys in a fun little way, almost like a countdown to Christmas kind of deal, to where we gave you guys kind of what's to come with those NFTs and kind of the stuff we've been working on for the last couple of weeks. And then going into the new year, we've got a lot of things kind of getting put together right now. We've got some stuff on the content side with DJ Apollo Night, working on our anniversary video, just kind of showing the beginning to now where we've come, what we've done in the past, and kind of where we're at now through this bear market. And hopefully it can kind of turn us into the bull market here.
Yeah, and I'll make one other point about that, Tanner. I'm excited about this one because I feel like we've been lacking something that all of our loyal holders can point new prospective holders to, which has been like, well, it's kind of like a more exciting elevator pitch. Like, what's the story so far with Apollo? And what we're trying to show is like, we can deliver, but more importantly, like we know the pivot, we know how to like look at the market and understand where it's heading, and we have the technical chops to do all the things that like Paulo Ted has been talking about here of like running through a regimented system of good software architecture and testing and security and getting things out there. So it's like you're dealing with professionals here and not just some kind of crazy overnight coin, right? So we want people to be empowered with a story that says, hey, look at all they've done. And God, it's hard to believe. It's not even been 2 years, right? And, they're here for the long haul. They're committed to this project. So I think that's going to be a real exciting deployment that we're targeting right now for our anniversary in January, right?
Yep. January 14th. That's the anniversary there. And like you said, Matt, just the story of where he started, where the creator contest delivered, not getting into too much of the details, but just persevering through the bear market to get into where we are now, where we're hopefully looking for that market to turn and kind of to carry that momentum with the market as well. As Matt mentioned too, with the proceeds of the NFTs going back for development costs and all that kind of stuff, it'll also be a portion of it will be going towards marketing efforts as the market is turning, as we've talked about in multiple NFTs, or AMAs, not NFTs. We're talking about NFTs too much here almost. In multiple AMAs is that we're waiting for that big moment of when the market's right, when cryptos are kind of starting to make their turn. That's when we want to make our push as well. And these collection of ETH, obviously from these NFTs, will be going toward those efforts as well.
Absolutely.
It's not going to be selfishly held onto the team. It's going to be put back into the project and back into the community, and to continue pushing it forward.
Yeah, that's a good point to make, Tanner. It's like absolutely the proceeds from these NFT sales are going to direct development costs. Team, we need another team member to help accelerate something. We need marketing. We need a new website to represent the Moonbase correctly. Like all that stuff costs a lot of money, and we've shouldered that weight. But this will actually help us kind of accelerate and add more programs that we can do to help, drive the success and the growth of the program. So I appreciate you pointing that out.
For sure. Yeah, no, it's exciting stuff. I mean, it's obviously exciting to look at this stuff into the future, but there's a ton of stuff going on in this next few weeks that's gonna be really exciting, with a bunch of stuff coming in the future as well. But yeah, it's exciting stuff is coming around the turn here, the bear market into the new year, and we're super excited to kind of keep pushing.
Awesome. Appreciate the update, man. Oh. There we go. All right. Well, guys, I'll give it to you first. Any other things you want to add, or any second thoughts that you've had about this NFT specific AMA, or anything that we talked about before we open this up for questions?
Yeah, I guess as you're minting, share it in the Telegram, share it on Twitter.
Yeah. I think we'll be pushing a lot of stats too with Tanner to kind of show, hey, this is what's been minted, and just try to create this kind of engagement flywheel, so to speak, over the next couple of weeks as these are out there. And on that, good point, Zach. On that point, I've reached out to probably half a dozen, crypto-related influencers and people that have supported our project along the way today, and just asked for their support and socializing this to their communities, letting everyone know that this is a big first piece when we talk about our NFT strategy within the Moonbase, and they all seem very excited about it. So I'm sure you're going to see some push from them as well on securing these NFTs, or making sure we can get through this collection and sell as many as we can. So excited to see them engage with all this again too as we pick back up. So, well, awesome. With that, anyone have any questions? Again, we're happy to answer anything that you have. Let's see. I think we have one right here from the McMooster. Okay. Will holding the full set just be an Apollo reward, or create extra utility in the Moonbase? Yeah, that's a really good question. I'd say it's more the latter. This is about the loosest thing that we've had. Like I said, we just kind of had this epiphany a couple of days ago when we've already set the program in today. So it's like, why wouldn't we reward someone that collects all of them, right? I think it'll probably be more Moonbase related, but stay tuned. We'll get an answer pretty quick on that, because I know that determines, how aggressive people are for going after the collection and minting. All I'll say is, we're very giving and fair in our history. And, if someone's willing to put in that kind of work and have that kind of push and everything like that, it needs to be something big. So I have a couple ideas in mind, but we'll announce that, I'd say, within the next 48 hours exactly what that's going to be as well. Cool. Oh, I don't know if I answer this next one. I haven't done a score update, but it's kind of a troll from a Kansas City fan. Kansas City fan number 101 says, "I have a question for Matt. How about them Cowboys?" Yeah, let me. I'm looking up the Kansas City record right now. Hang on one second.
They got their own problems. Let's be honest. Kansas City's got their own scene to deal with.
I mean, I think the Cowboys are still have a slightly better record than Kansas. Yeah, it looks that way. Okay, so we're just going to throw this question out. I think it has no bearing on anything. Awesome. And you keep quiet about the Eagles as well, Tanner. So no one wants to hear that.
I ain't got anything
except Rizzy, maybe. All right. Cool. Any other questions? Like I said, this AMA will be up there. We'll be pushing people to it in links. I think this has gone really well. Kind of a smooth explanation of what we're doing. The white paper or the Medium articles out there, and we're online always. We're excited. We're really excited to make this happen. To me, this is just like so much stuff that's been going on has been like technical effort and behind the scenes, and Zach has been cranky. It's like I feel like every few weeks just throw something new at him and say, "Man, just make magic, make it happen." And he embraced this one and did everything we needed to do, and it looks to be running really well. Obviously, sometimes there's hiccups and things you don't expect, but we know how to work through those things, and we appreciate the community being patient with us. But I think at the end of the day, we're going to have something really cool and really unique to work inside of our true utility. So really appreciate everyone as always. Any parting words, guys?
No, just excited for tomorrow.
All right. Yeah, we'll get started. We'll give everyone a heads up when we get started, but we'll all be on point, and we look forward to seeing what y'all meant. Y'all have a great evening. We'll talk to you soon.
Have a good night.
Take care, everybody.